Okay, in this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to parse a string, capital case string, into tokens. And we're going to use the scanner object. And along the way, I'm going to um, address some vocabulary words we're going to use. I have this starter project here. I'm just calling a quick parser demo. And as with every one of our programs, we have a main method. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the user for input. And so I like to create as many methods as I can to help me do things. When you create methods, things get simpler and simpler. So down here, I create a method. I'm going to get some input. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a console. Actually, I'm going to create a scanner object with the name console. It's going to be of type scanner. When I instantiate it with the new keyword, it's going to take some arguments. The argument is system.in. Lots of vocabulary words in there. So this is how I create a scanner object that will take input from the console or the system.in. So I will prompt the user, and then I'm going to ask the console object with this dot operator to give me the next line. So lots of things going on there. Once I get that next line from the user from the console window, I return that value, which matches the string type, and it gets saved in this variable called input. Now, you may not have seen the while keyword. This is like a for loop, but it's a little bit simpler. In this while loop, there's simply no initializer and no updater. All we have is that middle part, which is the test statement. So while this is true, we're going to continue to loop. And so I don't have this method yet, so we're going to write that in a bit. While this is true, then I'm going to get the next input. This will be true when the input does not equal quit. So since this is a string object that was returned from getInput, I'm going to compare it to the string quit, and I'm going to ignore all case. So if the user types in capital Q or capital I, it'll still be equal. If it is equal, then I'm going to exit this loop. So while it's not equal, I'm going to do the stuff inside. So let's see if we can run here just to make sure. We like to run a lot. And of course, I'm going to get an error. So if we look at this error, it says that it cannot find the symbol. This caret down here is pointing to scanner, so it doesn't know what a scanner is. And as with all scanners, we need to import java.util.scanner. Okay, so now let's run it again. And as you can see, right now all I'm going to do is it's prompting me for the enter. I'm going to print hello. It prompts me again. I say goodbye. It doesn't listen to me. I say quit. I am done. Okay, and I could have typed in capital quit. So this is just my little starter project. I haven't done any parsing of the input yet. What we're going to do is we're going to take the input and we're going to break it into tokens, and then we're going to output those. So I'm going to create this method. Okay, it's going to be a static method, and it's going to return nothing. It's going to output the tokens that are found in the argument string s. Okay, so this is my method name. It's going to take an argument string, which is here, and then I'm going to break it into its tokens. So first off, I'm just going to print it out. Now I'm going to break it into tokens, and here's the trick. First thing we're going to do is we're going to create a parser object. Then, while the parser object has tokens left in it, then I'm going to continue. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the token and print the token and keep track of the count tokens. And actually, you know what? Maybe I'll return the count of tokens. I'm going to make this int, and then I'm going to say int count equals that. And right here, then I'm just going to, say count tokens is equal to, and then I'm going to put count. Okay, so now I'm going to return the count of tokens, and I'm also going to output every single token here. So what I did first was do some pseudocode. So to create a parser object, we're going to use a scanner. So I do the type. I'm going to call it parser. Now, just because I call it a parser doesn't mean that it's automatically going to parse this string. What I have to do is I have to create a different type of parser. Down here, this object also parses input, but it parses it from the console window. I want to parse the tokens out of this string. So what I do is I'm going to put something of type string in here. I'm going to put S. Okay, I could have put hello world. Okay, this is a string. This is a string literal. What I'm just doing, I'm going to put just the variable S, which is of type string, and it's going to parse this out. Now I want to ask the parser if it has any tokens in it. So the way I do that is I would ask it, hey parser, dot, do you have any tokens? And then the parser says, well, yes, I has tokens. I has lots of tokens. It talks just like that. So this will return true if the parser has tokens. Oh, it reads better that way. This will return true if the parser has tokens. Now I need to get the token. So I'm going to go string token equals, hey parser, give me that token. This will get me the next token that is in my parser. Now let's print that out. System dot. Token number is, and then I'm going to put in quotes the token, and I'm going to put another quote in here to end it. Ooh, using some escape sequences here so that way my token is in quotes. Oh, I forgot my number. So let's do this. Let's initialize our counter and do a cumulative sum algorithm. So I'm going to initialize my counter. And what did I call it down here? I called it number. Let's call it count. Okay. And I'm going to make this count equals 0. Once I get my token, I need to increment my token. So I'm going to increment my token with the increment operator, which is a unary postfix operator. And then I'm going to print my print the token out here. I have the count, and then oh, keep track of the. See, I got my comments in the wrong spot. I need to do this first because I initialized it to 0. Because before I get any tokens, I got nothing. And then once I get the token, I can keep track of the count, and then I can print the token along with the count here. All right. I don't know if I made any mistakes on here. We'll find out. So now when I run this guy, of course I made mistakes. Cannot find the simple output tokens because here's with an S and here's no S. So let's try again. All right. It says, oh, it's not has tokens. Shame on me. It's hasNext. Wouldn't it be nice if it was has tokens? Okay. It's hasNext. Is there something next? Do you, hey parser, as long as my parser has a next token, which is why I asked for next here instead of parser or token. All right. Yeah, I did that on purpose so that you could see that I make mistakes every now and then. Oh, and then I called it parser there, and here I called it parser or parse. All these typos. Oh my goodness, now I got this. Okay, let's see. This brace aligns with that. This brace aligns with that one up there. Oh, missing a return statement. Of course, I need to return the count of tokens. All right, here we go. Quit. Oh, that's not what we wanted to do. I just wanted to show it to quit. Okay, hello world. So there is the input. You know, I probably wanted to say, here is the input. Hello world. I didn't put it in quotes there. Token number 1 is hello. Token number 2 is world. Count of tokens is 2. How cool is that? My life is so much easier now. Okay, it only goes by spaces. Watch this. Now I'm going to do some tabs. I'm going to go, my tab is tab, not here, or not tab. See, it just gets the tokens in there. Okay, let's try this. Quote, hello, world, quote, 1/4 plus 7 1/4. Okay, the quote that I input is part of the token. It's inside of quotes. That's why you see the quote. So actually this quote is that quote. Hello world. There's the world part right there. And then I got my quarter, space, plus space, and then 7 1/4. So I have 5 tokens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I wanted to retrieve any specific token, I could just stop at any particular time and get that token and save it up. You'll see that using the scanner to parse strings in this way is so great. You'll love it. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to figure out, oh, we didn't really talk too much about the class versus object. I got to do that before we go. Here, this is a class. This is a class. This is an object of that class. This is a type. This is an object of that type. So I instantiate an object of type scanner using this constructor with this argument. Whew. Okay, so yep, I think we covered it all. Hope you enjoyed it.